Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry. A little bit at a loss for words to explain what's going on here, but I guess you can probably tell. This carpet is very saturated with urine. Apparently a fairly large dog. I haven't seen the dog yet, but there's a lot of pee in here. In fact, the amount of pee that you see here visible, you multiply by 3. So basically this whole area is totally saturated with pee. Oddly enough, when I came in here, I didn't actually smell it at first, but I'm smelling it now. I vacuumed it, and I guess it sort of activated the pee a little bit. It's not really anywhere near as bad as you might expect. Looking at it, you can see how bad it is, but anyway, I get to do this. Now this is, I would say this is a job that certainly you could say is undoable. Undoable? Uncleanable. But it isn't all of them, so that's a good thing. All of them fibre. And here's a paper clip there. And I do have the Clo2, and I've mixed it in strong. It's probably close to 8,000 parts per million in there now. So let's see what happens. Hang on a minute. See what's going on with my, oh, that's better. Okay, try that. Now I haven't sprayed anything on the carpet. Carpet's dry right now. We're going to be relying on what I have in my tank, which is nano, and I've doubled the ratio, nanoMAXX, and the Clo2. So let's see what happens. Should be interesting. Oh, by the way, I got no light in here. There's literally no light, just from the window over there on the entry behind me and the light on my machine. So we'll have to work with what we got here. Now I will be applying more than normal because I'm wanting to actually saturate down to the backing. In fact, I may have to add more solution. I've got 2 gallons in here, but normally that would be way more than I would need for an area this size, but we'll see how it goes. Should be interesting to see what the end result will be on this, and whether or not I'm able to knock down this odor. Now, of course, the urine will have penetrated into the actual underpad, and perhaps even into the concrete below with this volume of urine that's here. But the Clo2, as long as I'm able to get it to contact the urine molecule, it will destroy it, and in so doing will eliminate both the visible urine and the odor. But of course the key is to get enough of it into the carpet fibre to contact all the urine that's present, and there's a lot here. was amazes me that people let their carpet get to this point, but that's what happens, and that's why, well, not why I do what I do, but it's part of what we do as carpet cleaners, is dealing with what are sometimes difficult challenges. There are scenarios where you can't fix it. This might be one. But I'm hopeful. The Clo2 is really proving to be a very effective tool when dealing with this scenario. And I'm able to increase or decrease the strength of it. And I'm running at pretty much the max, I think. And interestingly enough, although I'm getting the carpet good and wet, I'm not really smelling pee. Although usually when you would get a carpet wet, which is saturated with pee like this, you would very quickly get an overwhelming odor of urine. Now I have this room to do, plus a set of stairs, and the stairs are also very bad. Of course I pre-vacuumed everything, including the steps. I did all the edges. And filled the vacuum, of course. Just this one room and the set of stairs. I've been here before, and I don't recall whether or not I'm sure I didn't deal with this much urine. Maybe there was a couple of stains, but this time it's really bad. So I've used up about a gallon, I think. It's actually looking very even right now. Interesting. Let's go over in there. Don't think about even in this corner. Don't see anything. So that's basically the carpet passed over once, and I'm going to do it all again. But the initial appearance is pretty darn good, actually. Yeah. Yeah, not bad at all. I'll move this chair this time. Nothing underneath the chair, but I better except for this weird mark here, which is, oh, it's melted. Can't fix that. So let's go over it again. And again, I'll be feeding down, because I'm not concerned about dry time in this case. I explain that to the customer, because normally when I clean, carpets dry in about an hour, but when we're dealing with urine like this, I do have to saturate the carpet pretty well in order to get at the urine. You know, that's not looking bad. Looks like it's, yes, I can see blotchy there, but it's not looking anywhere near as bad as it did. And the Clo2 doesn't actually have its full effect immediately anyway, so. But to see that amount of change right away is encouraging. And I'm not smelling urine. Actually, I can't smell it at all right now. chair was sitting there. I'm using the more aggressive fibre pad in this case, the green one from bonnetpro.com. If I run into a really deteriorated carpet, that's usually what I will use. I think it's probably too aggressive for most of the residential carpets, so having the option of using it or not is helpful. This carpet's looking pretty good. Because I'm actually seeing it improve almost as I'm just watching it. It was really black over here, and now it's not looking bad at all. So encouraged. I'll probably use up the remainder of my solution here, which is about 2 gallons then for the whole room, which is close to 300 square feet, I believe. Now the thing about the olefin carpet is olefin does not absorb hardly any moisture, so when you put moisture on it, it will go right through the carpet quite readily. So bear that in mind if you're doing an olefin. You don't have to oversaturate, because just getting it pretty wet will actually get it right down to the backing anyway. That's looking amazing. I can't smell a thing. And I will be going over it with cotton pads. This is just the scrubbing, emulsifying step. Apply the cleaner, and then with the cotton pad, that'll be the extraction. But fortunately, because of the ClO2, what we're not trying to do is actually rinse the urine out of the carpet, because that actually is an impossibility. If you were to hot water extract this carpet, you would definitely rinse urine out, but you would also drive urine in deeper, and it would dilute, spread, and come back with a vengeance, both the odor and the staining. Whereas the ClO2 actually breaks the urine down at the molecular level and basically breaks it down to carbons and water. And it's much more effective than attempting to use brute force, as it were, to try to do what's actually impossible. Let's see how much solution I got in there. Oh, I got about less than half a gallon. I'm going to go over this area again. I might as well use it up. I'm going to do the sniff test in a few minutes. Well, get down on my knees, I mean. This is pretty impressive. There's a blotch right in front of me. A little extra application, a little extra agitation. Alrighty, I think we're ready for the next step here. Oh, so why do I use that? That's actually the top of my fibre pad. Here's the bottom. The reason I use this is because my machine is a center feed. Solution actually is applied right there. So I use that there to deflect it rather than going down into the actual center, to spread it out a little and get more even application. That's why. Sometimes I put it on the bottom, but normally it's on the top. Okay, so we do the sniff test. Okay, it's wet. My knees are getting wet. Hang on a sec. Okay, I can smell pee-pee, but I can't smell it as strong. And I'm not expecting the Clo2 to have full effect instantly. But I'm not smelling it in the air, so it's kind of interesting. Actually, I'm going to use this here. Inching off my hand. I just touched the carpet. Still not completely contaminated, disinfected yet. So this is my cotton pad. Usually you're going to need at least 30 minutes for the Clo2 to do its thing. So certainly 30 minutes hasn't passed. I will check the odor again before I'm done with the job. I'm not smelling it in the air. Just avoiding the wires and stuff there. Don't need to do in there. There's some blotches of paint there. I'll snip them out later. Hopefully I'll be able to get this video loaded up, because I did 2 videos yesterday and they wouldn't download into my computer. Having a few issues there, I think. There's a, I don't know what that is. Yes, computers, love them and hate them. Let me make a check. I'll go under here. I was scheduled to actually be here about a week or so ago and had to cancel because the driveway here is very steep and I wouldn't have been able to get up it, so a customer called me and said don't bother coming, so we are able to get the driveway cleared from all the snow and ice and everything. So we've had a few warm days lately and things are starting to melt. Glad we're not living in Halifax. Wow. Huge dump of snow there. Worst in the history, I thought I read this morning. That's interesting. Imagine having 6 feet of snow dump. Whew. You're not doing anything then, just trying to survive. Can't do any work. Nobody's getting their carpet cleaned. I guess the snow clearing guys are pretty busy though. Okay. Zip into here. Give it a flip. It actually doesn't look that bad. The stairs are going to be a challenge. They're really quite black. But I pre-vacuumed them already, and I pre-sprayed them with a surfactant, which lowers the surface tension. I sprayed them quite well, so that's been sitting the whole time. Good dwell time. I'm expecting them to be a challenge, but this whole job is a bit of a challenge. That's what keeps it interesting. Okay. I actually brought three cottons Ironman in. I don't know that I'll use all three. It does feel quite damp, so which is fine. for the moment anyway. The thing about dealing with urine is basically you're trying to duplicate the amount of product you're putting in to be the same as the initial cause of the the dog pee or whatever, because you want the product to go exactly where all the pee-pee went. And apparently this is a fairly large dog, so I'm gonna put down a fair amount of pee, and then of course each time he goes, and then obviously this dog was using this room as its bathroom, and that accumulates, builds up, multiplies. It's pretty wet. Close up the door. I got smart that time, put my hands on the pad. Okay, let's have a sniff. Oh, that's much better. I can barely smell it now. Just barely. So it's definitely working. That's encouraging. This customer's going to be thrilled with this. I do have an extractor, but I rarely will use it because, I'm able to get out such a good portion of the solution with the pads anyway, and I don't mind it sitting wet for quite a few hours, because the CO2 is active while it's wet. So having it sit there damp for 12 hours as opposed to 6 hours just means the CO2 is going to be continuing to do its thing for that much longer. So I'm not really concerned about that kind of a dry time. And when we're dealing with contamination like this at this level, customers are understanding about the severity of the situation and are quite willing to accept that inconvenience, because the goal is to deal with the smell and the staining. That is our primary goal here, and a dry time is not the priority. That's a weird looking stain there. Looks like a circle, almost a perfect circle, like something was sitting there, transferred onto the rug. It's not really obvious, but it is there. I don't feel anything. That's the only visible stain I can see. And that's pretty faint, actually. Not sure if the camera was picking it up. I don't suppose we're going to get a brand new carpet out of this deal. I don't think, actually, he said basically just do the best you can, so he understands. But I think he's going to be thrilled with what he sees here, because this is impressive. And the other thing about the ClO2 is that it's killing every bacteria and germ as well. So as long as it contacts it, it'll kill the bacteria, germs, viruses. It's also an anti-allergen. It's actually a hospital-grade disinfectant, deodorizer, and sanitizer. You can apply it or spray it onto a countertop where you're preparing food, and you do not have to wipe it up after. It's food safe, no rinse required, meaning you don't have to apply it and then rinse it off with water or whatever because you're concerned about what it might be leaving behind. It could be harmful. That is not required. So that makes it pretty unique. There are various manufacturers or suppliers of ClO2, and it comes under a few different names. But ClO2 is ClO2. There are different strengths. Starting at, I believe the lowest strength is 2,000 parts per million, and the highest strength that I'm aware of is 8,000. And I'm using and that's basically a commercial version of it, and that's what I have here. So I can use up to 8,000 parts per million. But in most cases, the lower concentration, even the 2,000 part per million, will deal with virtually anything anyway. But I'm able to buy the bulk version. I guess you could call it the commercial version of the ClO2. That's an amazing looking carpet. That is very, very impressive. Considering what it looked like, that's incredible. I'll put this over here. Well, that's fantastic. Alright, I guess I'll end the video there, here, and go and tackle those nasty steps over there. Alrighty, thank you.